Community television is a pivotal part of developing the next stars of TV. It enables people to get their first start in broadcasting by enabling them to create content free of charge and helps them gain valuable experience and understanding of how the industry works. However, now the government feels it is necessary to kill off community television and make it an online medium. For me personally, I gained a wealth of knowledge and experience on community television such as this, and without it, I would not have been able to further my broadcasting career. Channel 31 has produced such talented stars as Rove and Hamish and Andy, and now with this new plan by the government, we could lose possibly the possible future stars of the industry. Chad Phillips is the president of 3SSR TV, a show broadcast on Channel 31 each week, and he's here to share his thoughts with us. Chad, thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you.
Now, how will this affect people like yourself, this new change?
Yeah, it's going to have quite an effect. So we have a television show called 3SSR TV that broadcasts on C31. We are uncertain what will be the future with the television show, whether it will be continuing to air next year or not, because I think that's the same with management with C31. They don't know what will be the future. So that would mean that if we don't have our television show, probably the only outlet that we would have would be only on the YouTube channel that we have.
Absolutely. And do you think it will affect future of journalists in this country?
Oh, I certainly do. I think that C31 is a really good outlet for young people who want to get into the industry. You definitely can't do that with the commercial media unless you have your connections, but even then you have to have a bit of experience. So to almost lose C31 is going to be so detrimental for people, especially who are part of the Melbourne scene, for a lot of young people in the industry.
Yeah, now Malcolm Turnbull believes that the best outcome for community television is that in the future it uses the internet as a distribution platform. Now, what do you think about that? Are those comments correct?
Well, yeah, in a sense he is correct. I mean, the future of sort of media is going towards the internet. But in regards to how that's being approached to C31, I think it's quite unfair on them, in the sense that they haven't got enough time to be able to move their programming onto the internet, whereas you've got all these other online services that are already doing that. C31 hasn't got the time to really micromanage, so it puts them in quite a difficult spot, and I think, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, Channel 31 got the careers, as I said before, of Rove and Hamish and Andy started. Could this end the opportunity for the future talent to come through, such as yourself? We don't know yet.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully for Rove and Hamish and Andy, I could get on the same part. But no, I think it's going to make it harder, for sure, because C31 gives you an outlet to be on television. So whereas on YouTube and that, or any other service, there's not that sort of formatted style that other media outlets would be taking for granted. So I think a lot of media makers and young people themselves would probably look at other outlets, but to not do it on C31, it's going to be a lot harder.
Now you mentioned YouTube there.
Yeah.
Would that probably spell the end of community TV if it does go online? Because a lot of people would find it easier just to post on YouTube instead of posting, onto a certain website.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would find it easier to watch on YouTube as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I've heard the views that, like, you watch it on YouTube, you get better viewership and that, but then you got to think about sort of production-wise, is that going to be feasible to look like you're on television? Because the whole point of, like, people that are doing, like, C31 is that it's a way to broadcast themselves in a manner that the networks would see is good for them and for the advertisers and that. So to do it on YouTube, you might have a bit more flexibility, but at the same time, it's not going to be as brushed up and that. So
absolutely. Now, community TV obviously is a launch pad for young people such as ourselves. Yeah. How's this going to affect the people on your show on 3SSR TV? Will it affect them in the short term?
Well, we are working towards having the show air for the entirety of the year. So we have a show that will air for this first season, first half, and then we have to renew again for the second season by the end of the year. But again, we have uncertainty whether we'll be able to do the television show on a network. Like, most likely it will probably have to go online, but it gives us less chance to do that. So it's more the uncertainty about whether there won't be any programming there. I mean, like, in the end of the day, you'll have the media makers and us at 3SSR TV go about doing programming, but it just makes it quite hard.
Now, final question: do you think this plan is going to kill the future of community TV as we know it?
If it goes ahead, yeah, it's going to be quite difficult. You only really got one community television station here in Melbourne, and I would say in the other states. So, in that sense, yes, it's going to make it very hard. I don't think you'll get any sort of refunding again for a new network. Yeah. So, in that sense, if it goes ahead, yeah, I do believe that will kill it off.
All right, Chad, thank you very much for joining me. Much appreciated.
No worries.
There you have it. Community TV should be here to stay. I'm John Donohoe. Thank you.